Welcome back to Further Solutions Academy. On this video, I'll be walking you through on application using laws of indices. Before now, I've explained laws of indices. Please try to be on that video. It's very important. I'll be applying the law of indices to solve this particular. I have like 4 questions here. One of them is written already. And before I start solving them, mind you, if I have xy raised to power 3, the same as x multiplied by y, take note of this. But if I have it xy bracket of what? 3, the same as x3, y3, take note of this. And many students normally make a mistake. When I have root of xy, this same thing as what? X raised to power 1 all over 2, y. Take note of this. It's very, very important. Now, for me to have it as I want, I can say that what? Root of bracket of xy. Once there is bracket on it, it covers it up. It's also the same thing as what? Xy bracket of what? 1 all over. Which is also the x raised to power 1 all over 2, y raised to power 1 all over 2. Now, take note of this. Very, very important. Now, mind you, if I have minus y raised to power minus 3. Take note of this as I can write as 1 minus multiplied by y raised to power minus 3, and it will give us minus 1 multiplied by 1 all over y raised to power 3. Now, all these, they are very, very important. Now, note this, that I can as well write this as root of xy. You can see that the root canopy cover the what? X and y is different from what? This. Take note of this very important information. Now, after this, I think you should be able to solve any question, because marking questions on indices, all these things are what I need to do what? Check onto. Now, okay, I have this problem and I want to solve it. Can you see I initiate brackets, and also my root covered everything, I didn't stop my root here or I stop it here. I made sure I cover everything. There's nothing wrong by saying that something like this is not bad. It make it so, very okay. Now, for me to solve this problem, solution to this problem, let's try to solve this problem. Now, the first thing I need to know is that I can say that 4 raised to power x raised to power 2, y raised to power bracket of 2, multiply root of 9, x raised to power 3, y. Okay, here is 6. Now, can you see that my root canopy covered everything, and this will be equals to x3, y2 bracket of what? Minus 2. Now, for me to solve this problem, the next thing I will need to do, I can split the root, because this shows that the 2 belongs to all the items here, and the root belongs to all the items here, and minus 2 belongs to all the items inside. Now, I can say that 2 raised to power 2, x raised to power 2 bracket of, and y raised to power 2 multiply, and root of 3, I can write it in form of this, root of what? 9, and instead of writing like 1 all over 2, and x raised to power 6 bracket of 1 all over 2, and y raised to power 2 bracket of 1 all over 2. By implication, this will cancel here 1, here 3, and you know that this can be written as 3 raised to power 2. 3 raised to power 2 bracket of this will cancel this. Now, you all know that square root of 9 is plus of its absolute value of 3. Don't forget, square root of any number, for instance 9, the answer is absolute value of what? Of 3. Okay. Or you can see that plus or minus 3. This is a very good answer for that. Now, I just need to move on by saying that what? X raised to power 3 bracket of minus 2, and y raised to power 2 bracket of minus 2. Now, for me to move on, here will surely give me 16, and here will be x raised to power 4, and y multiply x raised to power, 3 raised to power 1, and x raised to power 3, and y raised to power 1. divides x raised to the power minus 6 and y raised to the power minus 4. Now, can you see I opened the bracket on the power part, which is, there's nothing wrong in that. Now, for me to move on with this, I can say that law of indices, law 1, which is when you check the multiplication law. Now, 16 is coming here, multiplied by 3, which is going to be 48. X raised to the power 7, power 4 plus what? Plus 3, because they have the same base. And y raised to the power 3 is power 2 rather. Power 2 plus 1. Okay, let me not make it divided by x raised to the power minus 6, y raised to the power minus 4. Now, here we give us 48. X raised to the power 7, y raised to the power 3 divides x raised to the power minus 6, y raised to the power minus 4. Now, please, many students will write y raised to the power minus 4. Now, this is very wrong. You have to make it in this form, make sure it's in upper part of the variable, wherever you are playing with. Now, I'll be having 48, x raised to the power 7 minus, because of law 2, which is division law, minus 6, y raised to the power 3 minus 7. Can you see that? I just applied the law of what? Second law, which is division law. From here, I'll be having 48, x raised to the power what? Power 13, and y raised to the power what? Power 7. Because minus times minus is plus, and from there you have your answer. Now, that is the first question on this part. Permit me to write the second question. Okay, look at this one. It's very simple also. Now, but they are the same base. So, solution to this problem. I just want to apply the law so that you can see the implication of that law. Now, when I have something is in root form, this can be written as x 5 and x raised to the power minus 2. Now, mind you, this can also be what? X raised to the power 1 all over 3 and multiplied by x raised to the power 5 bracket of 1 all over 3. And divided by x raised to the power minus 2. Divided by, please take note of that. Please hope I am written in the right. Now, for instance, they are all the same base. For me to understand better, I can do it this way, and x raised to the power what? 5 all over 3, and divide x raised to the power what? Minus 2. Now, they are the same base. I can say that what? X raised to the power what? 1 all over 3 plus 5 all over 3 divides x raised to the power minus 2. Now, which will be what? 6. 6 all over 3, it means I'll be having x raised to the power 6 all over 3 divides x raised to the power minus 2. Which will be here 1, here 2. Now, it will now be what? It will be equals to x raised to the power 2 divided by x raised to the power minus 2. Now, by implication of laws, it will be what? X raised to the power 2 minus 2, which is equals to what? X raised to the power 4. That is my answer. X raised to the power 4 will be x times x times x in 4 places. That is another question that I was talking about. Now, remain 2 more. Look at this question also. Given that 36 x raised to the power 4 bracket everything of what? 2 divides 8 raised to the power x raised to the power 2 multiply x raised to 3x, which is equals to what? 2 raised to the power a 3 raised to power b, s raised to power c. Evaluate a, b, and c. It means we are looking for a, b, and corresponding value of what? A, b, and c. That is what you are looking up for. Now, how do I solve this problem? The first thing is solution to this question. It's a very simple one. Note that. Now, I have 36 x raised to power 4 and I have divides 8 raised to power x and 3x. Now, how do I solve this problem? I can write this as well as 6 raised to power 2 is 36 and y raised to power what? And s raised to power 4 and bracket of 2 divides 2 raised to power 3 is 8, x raised to power 2 and 3x raised to power what? 1. Now, can you see I've expressed everything in form of what? Power. Now, I can say that 6 raised to power 2 bracket of 2 and x raised to power 4 bracket of 2 divides 2 raised to power 3, x raised to power 2 plus 1 and 3 raised to power 1. Now, at this junction, I can call this as 6 raised to power 4 and x raised to power 8 divides 2 raised to power 3 and 3 raised to power 1 and x raised to power what? Power 3. Now, for me to move on, now please take note of this very well. Now, okay, for me to move on, I can say that 2 times 3 is of what? Is 6 raised to power 4 and x raised to power 8 divides 3 raised to power 3 and 2 raised to power 3 rather and 3 raised to power 1 and x raised to power 3. Now, for me to move on, I just need to know that this can be written as 4 and what? 4. You know, the power belongs to this and also belongs to this. Mind you, the power belongs to God. Now, for me to move on, I can now say that divides 2 raised to power 3 and 3 raised to power 1 and x raised to power 3. Now, for me to move on, I can now say that they are the same base. Don't forget that we are using multiplication. It means the dots represent multiplication. 2 raised to power 4 minus 3, that's very good. And 3 raised to power 4 minus 1 because of division, and x raised to power 8 minus 3 because of division, Now, for me to move on, I can say that 2 raised to power 1, 3 raised to power 3, and x raised to power what? Power 5. Now, by what you are looking at, you are talking about 2 raised to power a, 3 raised to power b, and x raised to power c. By implication, it means my a equals to 1. Hope I'm not making a mistake. My a equals to 1, my b equals to what? 3, and my c equals to 5. That is all. That is all. That is all about that. Oh, I think you can see how important to understand law of indices. Don't forget to share this video, subscribe if you have not subscribed before. Once again, thanks for watching.